Hey, welcome back. It's just us, I think.
So far.
Another pop-up live stream, just spur of the moment.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I know we should schedule these things, but Mondays seem to be so far so good. So I think we might shoot for Mondays. Try and find a time slot that works with other people too.
Hence, Case of the Mondays.
Mr. Happy's here, and Sam.
Whoop.
Nice.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, Sam? Some people might know because I've said it before. We have Sundays and Mondays off together. Where's the camera? What am I looking at? And so we have every Monday off together, and we usually use that for shenanigans with the fish tanks. Sundays too.
Well, chores too.
Yeah.
But
House
what
chores.
did we do today?
It's kind of a secret right now.
Okay.
Well, wait.
We'll wait a little bit until we reveal the secret.
Yeah, of course you're not here. I gave that wrench to you last Monday. I think you might be like one of the advanced ones because you can choose between two, and I just thought you do an awesome job.
Jimmy's on. Hey, Jimmy.
Awesome. Is that noisy when I do that?
Yeah.
I should be wearing a hat.
I don't think anybody cares about your dang hair.
No, probably not. I don't, obviously. You're welcome. All right. How's the sound? Is it quiet? Am I peeking out? Because I can adjust things accordingly. We're using our old camera that we used to shoot with before upgrading as a webcam. It's just kind of sitting on a pegboard mount, archaically, but it works. This is kind of where we normally sit every night. It's our workbench. And lately it's been very cluttered. Just bad. So I spent a lot of time cleaning that up and getting our laptop set up out here so that we can shoot video and play around. Sound is good, audio is good.
Oh, now the furnace
Visual
is
is the
going to
best
kick
it
in.
can be.
So we apologize if the furnace is too loud.
I think with these mics, it should be okay. They're a little much on the high end. I don't like how they don't pick up the bass. My voice seems nasally enough as it is. When you cut the bass out of it, it's really bad. So, are we allowed to? Well, we should probably. Nah, screw it. Enjoy a beverage while we talk.
Other people do worse things.
The visual is fine, except one half of the screen is much prettier than the other.
Thanks, Wei Wei.
Not much I can do about that. I mean, I can just move the camera in on her, and I just kind of do this, and I'll just go over here. How's that? Is that better? Yep. Now the furnace is on. I don't know if you guys can hear it. What did we do today?
Well, we originally
We should
planned.
talk about some other things that led to today's trip.
That's what I was going at.
Yeah. Let me make a banner of it while you talk.
Well, we had originally planned, because of things happening here in the fish room with spawning, new live babies, you name it, We went to the first local fish store we can find, which is 30 miles away from us down south. So we wanted to get brine shrimp, which is easy to feed for baby fish, and we want to start culturing our own. And when we got there, what happened, Jake, when you asked? What happened?
What happened?
When
Where?
you asked about brine shrimp when we got to the pet store.
Yeah, they didn't have any. They had, freeze-dried food, frozen brine shrimp. But I said, no, I'm looking for the eggs, the cysts. And just kind of chuckled and laughed. No, we wouldn't have anything like that. No, I've never seen that. And walked away. So.
Well, upon further inspection, we did not find any amongst ourselves, just to make sure. So now there's an Amazon order going in. We can get by with what we have right now.
Yeah.
And everybody should be happy and healthy, but I want to continue the small cultured brine shrimp for the babies.
Yeah, I think we're going to build ourselves some. I ordered some caps. Everyone's seen those designs on YouTube. And I think we're going to do some hanging ones just because we have a rack back there. And do it that way for now. I mean, and it's cheaper. So sometimes I forget my frame of thought. So
well, I really
want
to tell her secret.
Talking. You do?
I do.
How many people are watching? There's 5? It's good enough.
Yeah. It's all of our close friends.
So I picked up some airline tubing. Surprise. Yeah. It's really cool. I'll show it to you. That's the big surprise. I got some.
No. That's not the big surprise.
I like it. Okay. Tell the truth. Not only did we get airline, we got some more fish food because we were running out. That was.
You're holding back. Really holding back.
I want to tell you something, guys. I said quite staunchly before we left, staunchly as I can with her because it's Katie. But I said, hon, we don't need to buy any more fish. We're good.
No more.
No more fish.
I was put down and said no more fish.
No more fish. We have enough for now. We have to organize, get our other tank ready, and let's just deal with what we have now. Slow down a bit. There's lots of work to do. And she agreed. And so we went to get the brine shrimp, and we came home with what?
Lots of stuff we shouldn't have. Well, let's start with a little bits, and then we'll work our way up to the big bit.
Bits, if you don't know, it stands for new fish. Little bits, big bits, they're all some new fish. Couldn't help ourselves. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Jake picked out his fish before I did.
I knew it was probably a bad idea to look at them, but I saw something that I really, really wanted, and Katie saw it too. We had already made up our minds before even talking to each other that we were going to get that fish, and we'll show you that one here in a little while if I can get the. Well, you know what? I'll figure out how to make that happen. But yeah, I made up my mind. I'm like, there goes that whole no fish rule right out the window.
The one fish that started it all.
Well, once that happened, we were looking at a couple fish that we wanted to get to complete some of the groups that we have. We got some Danios. We already have 3 zebra Danios. Oh, let's change this. Sorry, I'm going to just stop what I'm saying. I do that a lot.
You can't multitask.
Do we have a...
I'm trying to multitask over here and talk at the same time.
I like creating these banners because then if someone pops in, then they know what we're talking about. We're not talking about baby fish anymore.
So, where did we leave off besides the fact we both agreed?
We have Danios in our 75-gallon planted tank that we have over there, and wanted to get at least a group of 6. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be nice, but they only had one more that was like the rest of ours, a plain zebra Danio. But they also had a few, they called albino.
They were albino zebras.
I said, well, I asked, first of all, will they school together with the regular ones? And he said, oh, yes, they're the same species. They just happen to be albino. And so far, so I picked up the 1 and then the 2 albinos, and the 3 of them are in quarantine right now, and they're swimming together like crazy Danios do. And we're hoping that we can throw them in with the other 3 and have like 6 of them just being kind of crazy in there. They're kind of fun. I like them. Katie, you have to talk about the other ones that are...
Oh, the other fish
Spin around a little bit so they can see that they're in this tank right now.
that are in here with the Danios.
Oh, can't see with the banner in the way. Huh?
Sorry, you guys can't see the tanks, but we'll show you in another video. I have my peacock gudgeon. Gobies. One of my fish on my bucket list. I bought 2 today, and they're just little bitties, but they're super cool. I'm so excited. And in the other tank are my huge bucket list fish. I know you guys may think they're not bucket list fish or, on your list to have for fish, but these are mine. The tank next to the gobies and the Danios contain 2 blood parrots along with an albino Palmyra bisher. Super excited.
I think it might be a Senegal. Is that what they call them?
Well, it was labeled Palmyra. Here, I'll get the receipt.
I got to do some
Palmas.
Come online with us. You'll have to go through a very deep vetting process, but I will put this up here somewhere.
Oh, that's awesome, Jimmy. Can you show us pictures sometime? And how big are they?
this work. You talking? I should talk, huh?
Yeah.
Right now I'm trying to get into my other account so I can possibly log in and show a different camera view. And it's really exciting. And Katie is looking at the chat log.
Chat.
Can you read some of them off so I can hear them while I'm doing this?
Wait. What are you wearing from Jake from State Farm?
They're not khakis. And I quit State Farm a long time ago.
I don't think you ever worked there.
No?
No.
Why does everyone say I have?
You're Jake. Jake from State Farm. Remember?
Not quite, but I mean, everyone else does, so I've just been going along with it. I thought I worked there at one point.
Maybe like 4 years ago.
4 years.
Do you have a tax W-2 from them so we can claim at least taxes?
Not that I know of, but
For as many times have you been told you worked for State Farm?
I'll have to do some digging, I guess. I'm not sure. It's probably around somewhere. I know I save all that, so it's possible. Yeah, I'm never going to get this figured out because I'm... So, how about... What's everyone else been doing on Monday today? Chat it out. Katie can read it, and I can figure this out. What? Forget it. Don't try so long. Reading. Oh, I see a certain person is watching. And now she's learned the secret that we didn't tell her before. Miss Sue Hagen is on. She's in the house. I think her own house, which is like kitty corner. That's Katie's mother. Right here.
Thought you'd be in bed by now.
How could she be in bed? Exciting live streams such as this is going on. We only have a little bit of time because we're cooking food and didn't want to stay on all night long. So we both have to work in the morning. And that's the worst part about Mondays for us. At least we didn't have to work today. Ha!
Everybody's going, hello, Sue. My mom's new to any chats, anything like that. So don't take offense if she doesn't understand what you're typing her. Or if you don't understand what she's typing you.
She'll understand. Test her out. I'm sure.
So, case of the Mondays.
Scary place.
We all have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You and me both.
I don't have to. I mean,
well,
I can
if you
choose not to.
Keep your job.
Yeah. For sure.
If I want to keep my job. We both need to check schedules to make sure we show up in time, I guess.
I definitely want to get this working because I want to show what I bought today. Yeah.
You bought fish.
No. Did more than that. So what else are we going to talk about in our 1 hour special?
Anybody else have a case of the Mondays? Yes, Jeff. The job does help with the expansions.
That's very true. Very true. I figured this would be a good spot for future videos because the new tank that Katie got a while back that we've talked to some of you about is that 210 gallon acrylic tank, and it's going to go right in this section here between the stand and the pond that we have over here. So this freezer and all that's coming out, and it's going to sit about yay high.
Maybe a little bit higher.
Something like that. And fill up this whole back area with a really cool aquarium that everyone can see. So we got a couple starter fish for it. That's where the bichir and the parrotfish are going to go. And beyond that, we haven't planned much else as far as buying fish. We're a lot of other things that we have to do. And so we're trying to take it as slowly as a couple of insane people can. Else did we have to do?
We had to set up quarantine tanks.
Yeah, well, one was already set up, so we had to set up a second one. I don't like doing it that way. I like to be prepared, but those two groups of fish can't be together. As far as I know, they're small Danios right now. Didn't want to chance it, so we put...
Between the gudgeons and the Danios.
Right.
No chancing it.
Since those two were together in the tank that we got them out of at the store, the bichir and the... What are they called?
Red parrots.
Red parrots, yeah.
Blood parrots, red parrots.
Mm-hmm. Between those two, we thought we'd just put them in the one tank. So we had to clean that one out, rinse it, redo the filter, reactivate it with some bacteria and some fish poops. And I've done it before, and it works. I wouldn't recommend it. It's taken a lot of trial and error to kind of do our quick start thing. Definitely the healthier thing is to be prepared and have
Psycho.
But,
but
it's a good thing that the fish store is 30 miles away at least and not down the block. For sure.
Hey, I have to tell you, it's been over 2 months since we got any new fish. So this is a new hurdle we've been over and a new accomplishment. And we deserve a coin or something like that.
The 2-month coin, but we finally crashed. You don't get a coin when you cave in. Fish Anonymous. There's probably a couple clubs out there like that. Fishaholic. Oh man. Reuben sandwich. Those are good. I like them.
Oh yeah, Reuben does sound really good right now.
what's going on with the tank you just picked up? Jimmy says. It is still in the other part of the garage. We peeled off the background, and now there's a bunch of silicone stuck to the glass with some chunks of white styrofoam that were part of the background, the 3D background that we decided to pull out. So we're working on methods of getting that silicone off without causing too
Chemicals.
much scratches onto the tank, since it's acrylic instead of glass.
Chemicals and scratches.
Right.
The chemicals I found to take it off, do not recommend it to be an acrylic because it'll etch it. Many chemicals out there say the same thing. Right. So it's going to have to be a very slow, hard work of elbow grease, labor.
We're going to use some heat on it, not so much that messes with the acrylic, but warm it up. Right now it's in the cold, so it's really hard to peel off of there, and just be very slow. Even if we have to use the metal instead of plastic razor blades, just got to be very slow about it and take our time. We do that.
Yeah,
it's going to be really nice. That's our next plan with it, and then after that, it's going to be making arrangements to bring it in here. So I'm gonna get my hired goon over here. He's not a goon. He's my cousin. He's strong and like-minded, and I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure that he would help. Yeah,
he always does.
We're going to, since it's on a metal frame already sitting out there, we got a couple of heavy-duty moving carts. They hold 1,000 pounds each. So we're going to jack up the stand, roll them under there, and it's got big retractable feet on the bottom. They're huge bolts, actually. And so we retract them up until it rests on the carts. And since this is all concrete floor through here, we're going to do our best to guide it gently and roll it into place. Lower the feet, raise it up again, and pull out the casters, level it off. And once that has happened, then it's going to be, setting it up, the fun part. Until then, there's a lot of, the prep work that we have to do to remove all of that silicone, and then the cleaning, vacuuming out everything, getting it as good and clean as ready as possible. And then we also have those new fluval filters that came with it. They're not new, they're used, new to us. We have to clean those out yet too. So
the FS.
It's probably good that we bought the fish now, because they have to spend like a month in quarantine, and it'll be at least that before we are ready to put them in there. So
yeah,
that's all right.
Well, my parrots and my bisher weren't guaranteed to be there every time you go to the fish store.
Yeah, I never saw them there before.
They've never had parrots
really
in our fish store until now.
Parrots in the fish store. Who's Vibes is here too.
Hey, Vibes.
I don't know how long you've been here, but I just noticed now, because I'm not looking at the screen that much. Let's read some comments. Let's read some comments. Comment reading time. Jeff Kane says, Jimmy P. Wavy hand. If that's highly annoying, then you can just tell me. Why are we always yelling, says Sauerkraut Barfy Face. Well, it's not Barfy Face. That's the sick face.
Might as well be. No, it's both.
But he hasn't come up yet, but it's right on the edge.
Somebody was eating sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm. Bartender's helper. Passing Wind says, I think I saw something about that scrolling through videos. It was in a
Barkeeper's
thumbnail.
friend being made out of rhubarb.
Is it friend or helper?
Barkeeper's friend, I think.
Oh, it isn't glass
way.
though. I mean, it's acrylic, so it might work just fine. We're
I'm just
thinking of
worried about
vinegar,
different-
but I didn't want an overly acidy residue left over.
We're
I mean,
worried
we can
about
keep it clean.
scratches, etching, you name it.
Might just be, learning about acrylic. It's our first acrylic tank, so
Oh, Jimmy says, please, just for him, make short on that Beischer. You got it, Jimmy.
expanding a new fish. Yep. We can do that. Oh, we're being very quiet because we're reading.
Sorry.
Shh, quiet. I've done a lot of DJing in the past, and we always called that dead air, like the Pink Panther theme song. You know how that goes?
It's been a while.
And a 1, and a 2. No?
And nothing. Shh.
It's dead air, 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 dead air. Sometimes I would hum that while I was searching for the next song to put on, or something got cut off short. There's always technical problems when you're being a DJ, and when there was dead air, it was bad. So that's what I would fill in with. I would just start singing that really creepy crooner kind of into the microphone while I fixed it. Made people laugh. They liked it. I don't know. Are we talking about fish, or are we talking about being weird with a microphone?
Well, you're kind of doing both.
Where are we at for minutes?
Not,
32? How do people do this for hours? I don't understand.
not quite sure. Does anybody else want to jump on and tell their story about a case of the Mondays? I think we posted the link up in the chat. Let me go
I did.
see if I can find it again.
I can just post it again here. Boop.
There it is.
Those who know.
Jimmy posted too. Anyone's welcome on. Like we said in the beginning, it was a spur of the moment case of the Mondays.
Yeah, we're definitely not ready. I haven't been in makeup or wardrobe at all.
Excuse me? You're wearing clothes. Why do you need makeup on?
Keeps the shine down.
Oh, do you want me to powder you?
Yeah, right. Use the dust mop.
Yeah, that'll work great.
No. That's going over here. I don't get to use knives, and you don't get the dust mop. M&C is here. Nice. So, fish-wise, fish. How about plants? Rearrange some of the pothos we have over there. Let's change some camera view.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Be careful. Oh, gosh. Look at that mess. Look at the mess. Oh, Febreze, we don't use that in here. Never. There we go. There we go. Let's go more like this. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. So the 75 have all this pathos. Probably makes it harder to see because of the light. Some other plants in there too, but it's all growing out of there. And today I had to kind of rearrange them. They were getting long. We're using peg hooks. And just kind of as it's growing, adding more peg hooks and letting it probably take over that entire wall and then some. We'll see. Had to do that. Topped off some water in there. Goldfish are doing good. Not a whole lot of maintenance today, other than just some water top offs. We'll probably do a couple water changes here in a day or two, but that's about it. Yeah, the new fish are really cool. We got some fry in. Where did I have this before? Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is horrible. Just bad camera work. Look at that. Oh, God.
There's no excuse for you.
It's going to be fine. I promise.
Oh, yeah, that was really jittery. Oh, my goodness.
It's fine.
That made me motion sickness.
Don't watch it. Just close your eyes for a minute.
I didn't even actually watch it. It was in my foreground. And it was so jiggly, it was starting to make me motion sickness.
Oh, that's something I wanted to talk about tonight. Ooh. But maybe not. So, if someone wants to come on, it looks like that someone may just be someone that we know.
Do you really know who I am? Really?
I think so.
Hey, vibes.
What's cracking?
Are we echoing it all because we're trying tonight to use a speaker instead of headphones?
Nope, no echo.
Sweet.
Cool. Might
How
turn
about
it
me?
up just a tad.
How do I sound?
You're awesome.
Sound just great.
Good. Sorry, I took your spot when I did my water change. I'm sorry.
What do you mean took our spot?
I was live earlier. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry I missed it. We were...
There's no apology.
No.
We just happened to come on.
I'm sorry I didn't even know that you were doing one. I wouldn't have, I know that I'm stepping on toes kind of doing that, but it seems a lot of channels kind of overlap and
Oh yeah.
we were just bored.
If I'd known that you were going live tonight, I would push mine off for another night. But that's okay.
Well, I think Katie and I will sit down and see if we can schedule something because it seems like last Monday worked for us. We'll see. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are doing their live stream too at the same time, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, Danny Aquatics, welcome. Yeah, good news. I just finished my water change.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else did you do today? Anything? Or your case of the Mondays? How did the Monday go?
It's a Monday. I had probably two cups of coffee this morning, donuts. So.
Coffee, donuts.
Nice. Yeah, I had a couple of cups of coffee, but usually I try to stick to one, and that's because it makes me shake so much. I'm really hypersensitive to caffeine and things like that. So I shake anyways, but then I start drinking coffee. It's pretty bad.
Hey, Jimmy P! I like it. Step on Eddie anytime you want. Right on! Do it! Come on!
Nice. How many people we have on though?
I'm not quite sure.
That's cool.
You're famous.
I like that. Trying to keep it on topic.
What's the topic?
Well, we were talking about our new fish that we got today.
Ooh, I missed that.
Well, we went to the fish store for some brine shrimp eggs, and they didn't have any. And of course, when we looked at the fish, which we're bound to do, there was a couple that we couldn't resist, so we picked them up.
They were on sale.
They were a couple were on sale.
Mine were mega sale.
A couple of them more. I think. Let's see, 5 of them for the 75-gallon tank, and 3 of them for the new 210 that we're putting up. So they're cool. The coolest one that caught both of our eye was an albino Bisher. I don't know if everyone pronounces it that way, but whatever.
Bisher, biker, depending on your forte.
We're over that. It's really cool. He's about 3 inches long and really pink. Got the red eyes. I don't know which species for sure. The receipt says Palmars or something like Palmer.
Palmar.
Tried to do a search on that breed and never found anything, but I think it's like a Senegal, probably dinosaur.
Y'all get the first glimpse on the live stream. This is my indoor pond.
Indoor pond?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Usually that's not on camera normally.
Is it swimming pools?
No, it's a tub.
No? Oh, I see now.
That's pretty cool.
I got some water lilies. I'm trying to get them to bloom inside. This is the one for the Goodeids.
Okay.
Now this one over here is
Cool.
fighting bad algae bloom. This is where there's water lilies in there, and there's also one lonely female betta, koi betta. But yeah,
very cool.
We've never had him bloom over the winter months inside.
No.
There's a lot of them that we have. They don't even surface. They just kind of stay kind of bushy towards the bottom.
Yeah.
But they're in individual containers. We tried wrapping them in nets and weighed them down with like rocks to keep the tubers kind of suspended.
Right.
But the new big pleco we put in our indoor pond, he kept getting caught on them. There was twice, and then I decided, that's too many times in a row. I'm gonna cut all these nets out of there.
Right.
His spines would catch on him, and next thing I know, he's just kind of staying in one spot, not being able to move.
Of course, I got to shout out Focus Feast. It's a new company of fish food.
Kind of, is it a flake or a?
Yeah, it's a flake.
Cool.
By ADHD Aquatics, a fellow fish tuber. She's from Utah.
We'll look that up. I know I've seen her on the streams before.
Yeah.
Up.
She came on Saturday Night Vibes by halfway through. She was up for a couple minutes. But, hey, Scar! Welcome! Anyways, I thought I would show it to y'all.
I like that. That's cool. How do you have your tubers held down?
I got pool filter sand as substrate, and I just buried the tubers.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Goodeids don't pull them up, I guess not. So.
Right. We have them in the containers that we bought them in, so there's a substrate, but it's just sitting down. It's probably a quart and a half container. We have M&C Aquatics that wants to jump on. If you're all right with that, Vlad?
I better step out. Okay.
You sure? Step out. If I go like this, he won't see us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd they go?
Oh no.
Where'd you go?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Welcome. How's your Monday going?
Oh, not too bad. I'll go pick up some more fish tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of a rescue. I pick up the tank, the whole 9 yards, and all the fish.
Cool. What kind of fish?
Trophies. I'm not sure which species of trophies yet, but I'll find out tomorrow.
Those are ones I'm not familiar with. I'm sorry.
I think Vibes knows them.
Yeah, they're main fish.
That's fine with me. Can't be no worse than a dovey.
True. I agree with that.
I mean, I've got scars from having to get stitches from the one I had, so.
Yeah.
Man. Is it they bite or they...
Oh, they've got teeth and they will bite you.
They have any armor, spines, stuff like that? I guess I need to look them up.
A dovey, Parachromis dovey. The one I had when I got rid of him was about 16 inches long.
Cool. I'm going to look those up.
Come on, Skull, get up here.
We're at about 46 minutes, and we are going to be sticklers about the 1 hour thing just because got other stuff we have to do, and I'm just experimenting with some stuff, different ideas of how we're going to do a live stream. I like the all-night fun ones that we joined, but I can't stay up that late tonight without feeling like absolute garbage.
If you can't have fun, it's not worth it.
Right.
Well, it's always having fun. It's the next day sometimes. It ain't so fun.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We kind of wanted to go on and see if we could actually make the new area work. How we're having it here.
Well, there she is.
Let's move a couple things.
There's the boss.
You can always improve as you go, learn as you go.
Kind of show you. Just had to clean off this whole surface. It was stacked this high in things and stuff. You know how that goes. So we cleaned it up and made it ready to be able to do some live streams and do our video editing out here instead of inside in the home office. I mean, we usually... Sorry about the view.
Well, it was good. It was a good view.
That's true, Jeff. That's true, Jeff Kane. If you're not having fun, you're not retired yet. I've been retired 11 years now.
We would love to retire and just do this.
Yeah, there's plenty of things I can find to do at home and have fun, and that's a lot of what this channel is about. You know, our gardening, things that we like to do outside. It all ties together, don't you think, as far as plants and
Pretty
fish?
much.
Yeah.
And do a lot of you guys work with plants other than just like strictly aquatic plants? Do you have house plants?
Oh yeah, I've got house plants and a garden every year, and
Excellent.
the wife has, I don't know, like 20 flower beds around the house.
I got
Our problem with... Go ahead.
I was just saying, I got plants outside around the pond of all sorts.
Yeah.
Plants and trees, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, we planted 8 or 9 trees last year.
Wow.
I'm trying to get my banana trees to reproduce, to have babies, that way I have some bananas here.
And my sister's done that. I'll have to ask her how she done it.
There's a certain fertilizer I heard, but of course I can't remember what it is.
For actual banana trees?
Yeah.
leave it to Katie to know something or come that close to recalling it. But
Yeah.
she does. You do awesome with plants. I think that the knowledge that you have, Katie, just blows me away sometimes. And me trying to remember my own name once in a while, let alone the names of all these plants and how they're taken care of. I guess she's very, very top notch in my mind, anyway.
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
It's just been really passed down from your mom, hasn't it, for the most part?
My
and
mom,
then
my
your
grandma.
job.
Yeah, and my job.
She takes care of the greenhouse at the local hardware store in our town. And
So that can be a lot of work.
Recently been put in charge of it, and I'm excited to see what she does with it this year, because it's about time that she's been able to take control of it after a few years of working with it, and then be like, okay, you're in charge of it. So it's going to be cool. I'm hoping that maybe even we might be able to supply some plants for them locally, since we have our own greenhouse here. We'll see the logistics of that, and if that's even
Growing
ethical.
season possible.
That's the one thing I thought about is like, okay, well, is she double dipping? Are we going to make money here selling it to her workplace, and then she possibly just the fact that she makes an hourly wage selling those plants again, is that bad? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you can make money, double money, I'd say make it.
Amen.
Yeah. Well, I think as long as you don't favor one brand over the other, when you're showing people stuff, should be fine. I don't know.
What? Come on.
I don't think it'd be any different than breeding fish, selling them to a fish store that you work at.
Right.
True. But it wouldn't be like all sorts of stuff. Obviously, we'd pick like a couple plants that were good at growing that people like to buy and get them started in our greenhouse and ship them 5 blocks away to sell at a retail level. And we don't have to deal with that on our end, and we can kind of stay wholesale.
Right.
Which I'd rather do. I don't know. Been in retail so long that kind of burnt out on that side myself. But you do really well. We're at 53 minutes. Has a lot of this been boring? I guess talking about fish, talking about our plans. Things
No worse than watching Vibe do a water change.
Amen. Amen. You got it there.
I did take a video of adding water to that tank over there, just playing with the new setup. If you're really interested in that, I might, just send it to you personally through email or whatever. It's a hot one. It lasts a whole 20 minutes of me dipping water out of the bucket like this over and over again. Should be good. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. I'll leave
It's X-rated, by the way.
No, X-rated?
X.
I'm completely clothed, and I made sure that I was facing the camera so you didn't see any crack in the shots. I work hard to do that for you guys. No one wants to see that.
So, what's your goals for the year?
What's that?
What's the goals for the year?
Our goals for the year? What are your goals?
I'm going to be fully set up in the aquarium room where we don't have to worry about what's going where and how many tanks and everything like that.
Well,
but there's more.
To be organized out here
Yeah.
for the fish room for sure. I have I'd like to do an air system, just have a central, I guess you call it central air, even though that's something different.
Mm-hmm.
But one air
Yep.
pump to rule them all.
Yep.
I'd like
That's
to
not
cut
that
down
hard
on
to
the
do.
electricity. I've watched how to do it. I just gotta get the things, and I'm sure we could set that up. So that's a goal that I have. I think that we're excited about our greenhouse since we didn't get it set up until halfway through summer last year, and so to really kind of
Utilize it this year.
I really want to utilize some aquaponics type stuff. We'll see how the temperature goes in the greenhouse, but utilizing fish to help
You're
feed the
talking about
plants.
greenhouses. Have you guys seen those Hartley greenhouses?
I'm not familiar with them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, look those up.
Make note of it. What are they?
They're
A
like
soft-sided greenhouse?
No, they're all glass.
Okay.
And they've got quite a price tag.
Well, I bet. Yeah. Ours was just a cheaper kit off of Amazon that we did the landscaping and everything underneath in a small, like a 15-inch wall made out of 2x6 green tree as a base for it to sit on.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Just to raise it up a little bit, because it's one of those
like cold frames. When I was a kid, my dad would build a box, attach a window to it, one with hinges on one side, fill it with dirt, and then use that.
Yeah. We just put it in there for, I don't know, our garden always did so good, and then the last couple of years, just strange things about air quality. I think it's the only thing we can really narrowed it down to, and I don't know if it's air quality or stuff in the air. That doesn't make any sense, but putting it in the greenhouse seemed to kind of protect it from certain things, and then we had a much greater yield in a short period of time than I've ever seen, especially in like tomatoes and peppers. But the temperature was a little high for some of the colder plants, like broccoli, cauliflower, that sort of deal. So we're going to work on venting and
air exchange, heat for the winter,
irrigation. Walking around with a hose and stuff is fine, and it can get the job done. But if we can find like cheaper ways to run irrigation hoses to each thing, then we use less water. Because think about like a sprinkler, how much gets on it.
Use like a sprinkler timer, and then like a lot of the DIY auto water changes, you could set it up kind of like that.
Right. So we had some ideas with an irrigation thing to water, because we do a lot of containers. We did before we got the greenhouse, so we like using containers, especially with tomatoes.
Yeah, that's mainly what I use now is raised bed containers.
Yep.
Right. So I think we're gonna do that a lot too, with trying to do some rooting things like carrots that can be in a long row up higher, so saves the back, and anything that can make space efficient. And it's all solar powered. We have no power out there, so I've been building a kit with that. It's nothing crazy fancy or anything, but it's just things that we put together ourselves and learn about. And so we're excited to show that on our channel this summer too, as the season comes along. It'll still be stuff about fish for sure, because that's every day. And
well, fish water is a constant water change issues. You take your fish water and you water your plants.
Mm-hmm.
Help save on the water bill, of course.
Yes.
Instead of
Nothing
tossing
else,
out
you
your
could
fish water.
you do your water changes, drain it into a big tub, a reserve tub or a tank or something, and just pump it out of it into your irrigation for your greenhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
we're a big believer in that. We've tried to save, unless we've had doses of like salt or medication in the fish water. If we do a water change on anything, usually we're putting it into empty milk jug sized gallon containers or even in buckets, and we go around and water things. In the warm months when we have our ponds outside, if the water looks a little bad, we might do a small water change in those. But again, we just dip out 5-gallon pails, walk around and dumping them into the flower beds, into the hanging pots, into the garden. And we just reuse that water, because just turn on the water and pay for that water again. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
I don't worry about doing water changes in my pond. It's too big.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like we never really did water changes in our big pond. What we call big, it's this 8-foot stock tank pond.
Yeah.
We never really did water changes. We just kind of topped it off. Most of the time it rains enough where it keeps it topped off.
But we had to dip into it when it over rained.
But I got the idea occurred to me one day. It's like, well, instead of using water again off the hose, let's just use some of the water out of the pond, and it wouldn't hurt them to get a little bit of a water change anyways, but almost like a water collecting thing.
Yeah.
Rain barrel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, I don't know.
Usually, what I do when water changes in the house, I got a big pump. I drop in the tank, the hose on it. It runs out to my outdoor pond, big pond, and tops that off. Then I pump from the pond out to my plants and trees.
Let's see.
And then I filled the pond up then. From the tap.
I do a lot of
Vibes, your pond's not near what mine is, though.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I forgot how
Especially
big
the
it
one
was. I remember you telling us about it once.
The
before.
one I've had for a long time is like 26,000 gallons.
Wow.
Okay.
And then the one I just bought is, I couldn't tell you, it's on 1.5 acres of land.
Nice.
That's big. That's a pond.
Yeah.
We specialize in like kind of not really urban, because we're small town as it gets here, but in town, you got a backyard. You want a pond in it without digging a hole. So above ground, we have one in-ground one.
I have one little one like that that's like 400 gallons.
Yeah, it's just like a half of a hot tub size.
Right.
I don't know how many gallons it is. It was a liner we got from a friend that didn't want it anymore, which is very nice. That's the only in-ground one. The other ones are above. Yeah, either a stock tank or that aluminum boat that we turned into a pond.
Yeah, there's another guy I watch on YouTube here. I can't remember what his channel's name is, but he's got a big fiberglass boat that he's turned into a big koi pond.
Okay.
That's cool.
I didn't think the idea would be great until
he's probably got LRB beat on as many tanks as he has.
What you looking for? Well, I put it over there. Yeah, the boat turned out cool. It was a lot of people slow down and look at it when they're driving by or when they're walking up and down the street. They stop and point, and it's kind of cool. I almost want a fence up, but at the same time, people like to see our yard because it looks neat like that, and why not?
Sonny, if I had an old cast iron clawfoot tub, I'd use it for fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I always kind of wanted one as a single hot tub or something.
Some of them can be pretty big, especially the older ones.
Yeah. I'm definitely not a city type of a person. We got a good deal on this house.
Where I live,
it's a nice lot. So
where I live at, the population is I think 150.
Nice.
So there's not very many.
Wow. You're really rural.
Yeah, we're incorporated too, and we really don't need to be. We have one business, and it's only seasonal. So
I lived in it was basically a truck stop town. Had a truck stop and then another gas station besides. Truck stop had a diner in it. The gas station was a Senex one, so it had a feed mill. And I think they had a general store that was like a quarter mile outside of town. You could walk there.
yeah, what we got is just like a little
right next
convenient.
to a freeway.
This is like a little convenient store with a little laundromat, and that's it.
Yeah. I think we had like 2-3 regular blocks, if you want to call them that. I mean, it was tiny little town. Had a lot of fun there though. But I'd rather my mind is usually out. Like I would much rather be out in the country, away from town, somewhere more rural. Because
absolutely.
one thing, I like my music played at an appropriate level. And you try to do that here in town, and the cops knock on the door and tell you to turn it down, and you laugh about it, but I'd rather not have to turn it down. Yeah, good thing Katie's friends with the cops here. I think that we need to get going now.
Thank you.
Hour and
Let me
7
on.
minutes. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for having us up.
Well, hopefully the next time we do it, I'll have a little more energy. I'm pretty beat. As you guys know, I carry water in from the house to get out here in buckets over and over again. So it's a bit of a workout, and I'm starting to feel it. So, but I appreciate you guys being on.
Yeah.
Everyone that came to watch, everyone that commented
That's
that
awesome.
I pretty much ignored because I wasn't looking at the screen. We'll do better. It'll get better and better.
Stay
Yep.
positive.
See you later, vibes. Peace out.
Later.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
MNC, thank you very much. Now it'll end, right? Right?